candidate speaks out.
The news with Katrina Smith.
Welcome and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday. It is October 19th. I'm Katrina Smith. Meteorologist James DeFazio is over in the Weather Center, and it looks like we are going to stick with some decent weather. It was very foggy on my commute in this morning, and I see that fog has not quite lifted
I wanted
yet.
to show our Cavity Tower cam because it depicts that nice layer of fog that is still sitting right in the lower elevations of the Mohawk Valley. If I zoom out to the downtown Utica Nexus cam, we can see that some areas have peaked out of the fog already, so not quite everyone is out there seeing fog just yet, but fog will disperse by 10 o'clock in the morning for all locations. We're expecting fantastic weather this weekend. Clear skies are expected tonight for comet viewing, if you're interested in taking a look at Comet Atlas. And warmer and pleasant weather continues into next week. Taking a look at the Yorkville Battery Live Storm Tracker 2 radar, nothing going on. High pressure is driving our weather and will continue to do so for the next several days. We have shot up just recently in the last hour. We've shot up from 32 to 37 degrees at Rome. Plenty of sunny skies out there, which is going to be expected throughout the majority of the day today. High is going to be right around 65 degrees. Should be in the low 60s for the majority of the day. Tonight, low of around 34 degrees. Clear skies, patchy frost, especially in rural locations. And let's tease our first trivia question of the day. Where did the term fall originate? From plants losing crops, from trees becoming barren, from dropping in temperatures, or from the Black Plague? Katrina?
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning, Central New York. We have a fantastic forecast on tap for the weekend. We are still dealing with some patchy frost and some areas of fog. Taking a look at the Cavity Tower cam off Smith Hill, you can see that layer in the lowest elevations of Utica, hugging the Mohawk Valley, hugging the Mohawk River and the Erie Canal here across the 200-foot area of Utica. Eventually, this will clear out throughout the morning, continue to burn off. It was much more widespread a few hours ago. Taking a look at downtown Utica, clearly nothing out, no fog going out downtown. Plenty of blue skies, which is going to be the name of the game for the majority of the weekend and the beginning of next week. We're up to 37 already in Rome, which seems a bit cool, but we were 32 just a few hours ago. Plenty of sunny skies with refreshing air quality. That is going to be the picture across the state here. Sunny, 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 and more sun. We've already warmed up well into the 40s out to the west. This will continue to, as we continue into throughout the morning. It will continue to get warmer locally here in central New York as well. Taking a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Nothing going on. High pressure is driving the weather. A big, large dome of high pressure has settled in and is going to prevent any problematic weather from coming our way for at least several days. Taking a look at the temperature trend, if you're able to enjoy the next 4 days, I highly recommend doing so. We have some phenomenal temperatures the next 4 days before things do cool down towards the end of next week. But this weekend, through the beginning of next week, incredibly warm temperatures. Taking a look at the foliage report, up the Adirondack Park and in the Southern Hills, there are areas that are past peak, but fortunately, everywhere else that is still showing peak color. Even in areas that are past peak, there is still some scenic areas up there. Just because the leaves are somewhat gone doesn't mean that there aren't things to see. Comet Atlas is going to be visible tonight if you look to the west about an hour after sunset. And this will be visible each night through the 25th, and it's going to be visible for about an hour after each sunset, and I'll have updates about that online and later this evening. Looking at the Skycast, we warm into the low 60s today. Tonight, we dip near freezing, but we cool off much quicker tonight than we do tomorrow night. We warm up pretty quickly on Sunday, right up into the mid-60s, right up actually into, we may even crack even the upper 60s on Sunday. By Monday morning, much more mild, 49 degrees in the morning. We warm into the upper 70s on Monday, which is just absurd for this time of year. 65 degrees today for a high, sunny skies expected, clear with patchy frost tonight, a low of 34 before sunrise. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, ample sunshine Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and Wednesday. Temperatures into the 70s to begin the week before our next chance for rain arrives on Thursday. And let's take a look at that trivia question. We have any guesses?
Oh, this isn't a guess. It's obviously got to be B.
Yes, it's actually, yes, it is the falling of the leaves.
Makes sense.
In the 1600s, apparently people began to say the fall of the leaf when they settled in Massachusetts, and until that term was coined, it was only referred to as harvest.
Oh, harvest, not even
Yes.
autumn.
Nope, just harvest.
Kidding. I wonder where autumn came from.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go back and look at that one. Thank you so much. Well, from the street. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for another half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend Today. I'm Katrina Smith. Got to get you right over to the Weather Center once again. Gorgeous weekend with meteorologist James DeFazio. I mean, gorgeous weekend, and like I just have to comment. The forecast looks great until Thursday, I think.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. This is going to be an October to remember.
Yeah,
For
get on
sure.
it.
For sure. It's fantastic. Taking a look at the Cavity Tower Cam off Smith Hill right now, you can just see some lingering clouds there, which are the remnants of the fog that plagued us this morning. But for the most part across the Mohawk Valley, things have lifted. Taking a look at downtown Utica, you can see ample blue skies out there, not a cloud to be found, which is going to be the name of the game for the weekend. We're expecting fantastic weekend weather. Clear skies tonight if you're interested in viewing Comet Atlas this passage, which we'll have details on coming up. Warmer and pleasant weather continues well into next week. Your for Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Absolutely nothing to show you. High pressure is going to dominate our weather well into the start of next week, which is going to allow for beautiful conditions. Currently 37 in Rome with sunny skies, going to warm very quickly. Today we're looking at a high of 65 degrees, plenty of sunshine. Tonight, some little patchy frost, clear skies, 34 degrees. We'll take a further look at that full forecast and look at those chances to take a look at the comet in a couple of minutes.
Can't wait. Thanks, James. It was an enchanted map.
Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. After some areas of fog and some patchy to even widespread frost in some locations, things are beginning to clear out across central New York and pleasant conditions are beginning to settle in. Taking a look off the Cavity Tower Cam Smith Hill Deerfield, you can see just a tad of the fog, the remnants of the fog that was out over across the Mohawk Valley earlier this morning, but for the most part in our area, it has dispersed. There is some fog still lingering in the Susquehanna River Valley, so if you do have to travel to the south, be aware of that. Currently 37 degrees and sunny in Rome. Dew point of 34 allows for very refreshing air quality, plenty of sunshine across New York State, and that is going to be the story for the majority of the weekend as well as for the first part of next week. Already warming up into the mid-40s out west. This is going to make its way into central New York. We are expecting temperatures to warm up into the low 60s today. Taking a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Not much going on out there at all. High pressure is dominating our weather, and it is going to drive our weather for not just this weekend, but at least the first half of next week, and allow for absolutely fantastic weather to continue. Taking a look at the temperature trend, the next 5 days, I took today off. Today is going to be in the low 60s, but after today, we still have 4 consecutive days of incredibly warm weather. If you have any outdoor activities or any outdoor plans you'd like to get done before the fall season truly sets in, I could not recommend trying to get out as much as you can within the next 5 days, because as we move into the back half of next week, things cool down drastically. We have the foliage report for you. It is updated up in the Adirondack Park. We are a little bit past peak. There are still some scenic things to The scene out there, it isn't quite as colorful as it was. That happens to also be the case in the southern valleys. Across the Mohawk Valley, though, we have ample color with plenty of peak conditions. Comet Atlas is visible to the west tonight. If you stand and look to the west, about 60 minutes after sunset, which tonight this graphic's a little late, we're thinking between 7:05 and 8:05 p.m. You're going to want to look due west and use some form of night mode enhancer to help locate that, and we'll have details on that online as well as the social medias. Taking a look at the skycast for today, we do climb into the low 60s. Tonight we cool off rather quickly. By 10 p.m. we're down to 45. By Sunday morning we do dip down close to freezing with those areas of patchy frost developing. Sunday though, we do warm up quickly. By 2 o'clock we're already into 65. We warm up into the upper 60s Sunday afternoon. Monday night, much warmer evening, a much more mild evening, no frost Monday. Monday we climb all the way up above 70 degrees. Absolutely incredible temperatures for this time of the year. Today we're expecting highs right around 65 with plenty of widespread sunshine. Tonight, clear, patchy frost, low of 34. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, absolute wall-to-wall sunshine for the next 5 days. Temperatures cracked 70s for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're looking at chances for rain Wednesday night into Thursday, and temperatures become more seasonable. Looking at the trivia question here, any idea what state?
It's got to be New York, right? Iowa.
Illinois. Morton, Illinois is considered the pumpkin capital of the world. They actually produce 85% of all canned pumpkin puree in the world.
Well, that is a claim to fame. Thank you, James. We're back after this.
Look at your forecast tonight at 6. Meteorologist James DeFazio. Another crystal clear night, James, to see Atlas. I saw it the last 2 nights.
The forecast is going to cooperate.
Good.
We're expecting it to pass right around an hour after sunset in the western portions of the sky, so right around 8:05 p.m. If you look up to the west, did you happen to use night mode or binoculars or anything? Yep. Yes, that's the easiest way to see it. It can be visible to the naked eye once you do identify it via the enhancer, but sometimes it does help. We do look at that beautiful foliage off the Cavity Tower Cam across the Mohawk Valley. Plenty of beautiful skies out there. Clear skies for comet viewing tonight. Sunny and warm weather continues Sunday. And warmer and pleasant weather continues as we move into next week. Taking a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, all is quiet. High pressure is driving the weather. There is nothing to be seen on the satellite or radar picture anywhere in the northeast, as high pressure is just allowing for fantastic conditions. We're currently 60 degrees at Rome with sunny skies, a low dew point of 40, allowing for refreshing conditions. Tonight we're expecting a low of 34, clear skies with patchy frost by morning. Tomorrow, a high of 68 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Absolutely pleasant weather. And we'll have further details on the comet as well as how warm we are going to get next week. I'll send it right back over to you, Ben.
All right, James, thank you very much. And I promise we did not plan the matching ties today.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good Saturday evening. Hopefully you were able to get out and enjoy some of that fantastic weather that we had today. The sun is about to set upon us in just a couple of minutes, but we have plenty of fantastic weather in the forecast. Look at this beautiful, colorful sky across downtown Utica off the Nexus Center right now. Forecast sunset is 6:14 p.m., so this is just the final faint little glow of color. It's absolutely gorgeous out there right now. Current conditions in Rome, 60 degrees, showing clear skies, showing that the sun has set in Rome. We're currently calm winds, which is allowing it to feel comfortable at 60 degrees. Taking a look at across the state, we can see that the sunset is on its way across New York State as we speak right now. The sun may have set in Rome, Hamilton, and Binghamton. Temperatures 60, 59, 62. Still a little bit warmer where the sunshine is hanging on. 66 in Rochester, 65 in Syracuse. Sunshine is going to be the name of the game. Clear skies are going to be the story for the majority of the nights, heading into the middle of next week before things drastically change. Taking a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 radar, as well as the larger picture on the radar and satellite, there is nothing to show. No clouds, no rain. We have a big dome of high pressure, which is going to settle in right over Appalachia, which, to be honest, after the horrific storms that they suffered from, with the horrific damage they suffered from Helene, couldn't be a more just place for that to settle in for this phenomenal stretch of weather for the East Coast. Taking a look at the temperature trend. For the next 4 days, if you have the ability to be outdoors, I could not recommend it anymore. This weather just looks fantastic. Temperatures into the 70s next week. Fantastic for this time of the year. It's about 15 degrees above average. 75 would be 20 degrees above the climate average. We do cool down towards the end of next week, but things are still not too uncomfortable. Taking a look at the foliage report, up in the Adirondack Park in this white polygon, we are past peak, which means the colors are a little bit more dull than they were at one point, but it is still quite scenic up there. That happens to be the case as well in the southern valleys. Across the Mohawk Valley and all elsewhere, there is abundant color, and the foliage is absolutely gorgeous across the Mohawk Valley right now. The Utica area is at peak for sure this weekend. Tonight we have Comet Atlas visible to the west. Sunset tonight is 6:14, so I would anticipate between 7 and 7:30 p.m. for a passage of Comet Atlas. If you have binoculars or a telescope, you're going to want to use those or night mode from a smartphone to help you spot it. Taking a look at the Skycast, we cool off very quickly tonight, and we do dip down into the low 30s. It is going to be a little bit warmer than the night before. We're still expecting a tad bit of patchy frost. We warm right up into the upper 60s tomorrow. More mild for Sunday night. Monday, we warm up incredibly quickly, right into the lower 70s. Just phenomenal weather for this time of year. 34 degrees, clear with patchy frost tonight. Tomorrow, 68 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, 70s to start the week with ample sunshine. Mid-70s on Tuesday. We have unsettled weather moving in for Wednesday night with our next chance for rain. Cold front comes through, dropping temperatures quite a bit there. But it does dry out by Friday, and it looks pretty pleasant at this point heading into the weekend.
Now, at your forecast tonight, 11, meteorologist James DeFazio. As promised, perfect viewing for the Atlas Comet. I actually took this picture right here.
Take a look at that.
A little after 7:30, right outside the studios here on Smith
Hill. That's a good gauge for what people should be expecting to see if they are going out the next 5 nights. And this will be visible through the 25th, the evening of the 25th. Taking a look at downtown Utica right now, beautiful skies out there, and clear skies are going to be the name of the game throughout the night. What we're tracking for tonight, clear skies, which is going to allow for some patchy frost to develop. Warm and sunny for Sunday, and we have warmer and pleasant weather, even more so, continuing into next week. Taking a look at the Aurora Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, absolutely nothing going on. We have high pressure, big dome of high pressure across the entirety of the eastern coast, the entire eastern seaboard. No one is seeing even cloud cover on the eastern seaboard right now. It's pretty unusual, especially this time of the year. Currently 38 in Rome with clear skies, very calm winds, so feel like temperature is right at 38 degrees. Tonight, 34 degrees, clear skies, patchy frost by daybreak. Not quite as cold as the last 2 nights, so we don't expect quite the freeze that we had the last 2 nights. Tomorrow, we're going to warm up very well up to 68 degrees with mostly sunny skies. And we'll have a look at that further forecast as well as information about a meteor shower peaking tomorrow as well.
All right.
Over to you, Ben.
Looking forward to it. Thank you very much, James. Munson After Dark.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good evening. Beautiful weather to begin our weekend, and only more of it with more sunshine to continue as we head into the second half and the beginning of next week. Taking a look at downtown Utica right now, plenty of clear skies, dry conditions out there on the roadways. absolutely fantastic conditions for this time of year. 38 degrees currently at Rome with clear skies, not a cloud to be found in the sky. Calm winds, which allow for no wind chill to be factoring in with a 38-degree feel-like temperature. 38 in Rome, 36 Hamilton, 52 Binghamton. A little bit warmer in the cities, 47 Syracuse, 45 Rochester. Plenty of clear skies out here. Not many clouds to be found. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet out there. High pressure is driving our weather. We have a big dome of high pressure here. And the National Weather Service made a very good point today to point out that almost, with the exception of these few showers down here in Florida, almost everywhere east of the Mississippi is not seeing any precipitation, let alone clouds today. It was an incredible day for the eastern half of the country. Temperatures over the next few days. If you have the opportunity to get outdoors over the next 4 days while we are so above average in terms of temperature, I highly recommend you do so. We do become much more seasonable as we head in towards the end of next week. So anytime we're in the 70s in October and you can take advantage, I could not recommend more. The foliage out there is still quite scenic. Even up in the Adirondack Park where it is past peak, there is still a good amount of color. It is still quite beautiful out there. In the Mohawk Valley, we are right in our peak weekend. Colors across the region throughout the valley locations are phenomenal. Comet Atlas. Ben got a good picture of this, which we saw during first weather. If you look to the west each night after sunset, between about an hour after the sun sets until the 25th of October, it will be visible. But I'm more excited about this meteor shower tomorrow night, the Orionid meteor shower. Tomorrow night peaks, it's going to be up to 20 meteors per hour at its peak, and we're expecting good visibility with temperatures in the 40s, and we're having a further update on this tomorrow. Tonight, relatively seasonable temperatures dipping down to right near freezing. Tomorrow, we warm up right into the mid-60s. We cool off pretty slowly Sunday night, much more seasonable. No frost chances for Monday morning. And then look how quickly we warm up during the day on Monday. By 3 p.m. Monday, we're at 72 degrees. Tonight, 34 degrees, clear skies, patchy frost by morning. By no means would we be dealing with frost like we have the past 2 days. Tomorrow, 68 degrees with mostly sunny skies. 7-day forecast. 70s to begin the week with widespread sunshine. We're expecting a cold front to arrive on Wednesday night, changing the temperatures to much more seasonable. Rain chances on Thursday before we dry out for the weekend.